Hey Kelly, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Hey Hannah, I know it has been so long. To be honest, I haven't been doing that great, and this whole year has kind of been crazy because of the coronavirus.
Oh no, I hate to hear that. What's been going on?
Well, I have been very stressed out about corona, but my roommates do not care at all. They're always going out and they have never wear masks. It makes me super uncomfortable.
So you're feeling uncomfortable. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you tried talking to them?
Well, sometimes I make jokes about the situation, but I feel like that has made it worse.
I totally get that. I've had bad roommates before, but it's helped a lot when I told my roommates what I was feeling. Have you thought about holding a roommate meeting?
I haven't thought about that, but that sounds like a really good idea. Do you have any ideas on what I should say?
I think it's really important that you let them know how you feel and establish boundaries with them. I also think you could ask them if they would wear a mask if they're going out.
I think that is a really good idea. I guess I have never really let them know what I was thinking.
Yeah, communication is super important to have a healthy relationship with your roommates.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah.
You're welcome. So, were you taking classes when COVID started?
Yes, I was. I just like remember it that it was during spring break and everybody was super excited because they thought that we were gonna have like a couple days off. And then all of a sudden we heard that we had a week off and then 2 weeks. And I think that's when everybody got scared. But my professors all moved like their classes online. And it was really helpful because they made the classes a little bit easier for us too, just because it was such a stressful time for everybody.
So, were you feeling that stress when you found out that we weren't going to have classes?
Yeah, I was pretty stressed out. I was really stressed out. Oh, blah, blah, sorry. I was really stressed out during that time. And I almost felt a sense of relief when I found out they were going to be online because I could do it from like my house in Forsyth because, like sometimes you just need to be home and like with your family. And I think that kind of helped me out.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So, was it good to be home with your family? How was your experience quarantining with them?
It was really good. Both my oldest brothers were home, and this was our first time all being home together since my oldest brother was in high school, which was about like 6, 7 years ago. So that kind of was hard at the beginning. And just because we haven't been home in so long. So it was just like seeing each other every day and entertaining one another and just having to like talk with them all the time when we're used to seeing each other like once a month.
Did you guys get into any arguments while you were at home?
Yeah, we got in a couple. My family was like really, really strict about quarantining. And sometimes it would bother me if like my brothers were going to go out with their friends or go hang out with people just because it was such a scary time. And we got in a couple of those arguments, but I realized that after a while, we started to learn how to communicate with one another better. Like instead of me like going up to my room and just ignoring them, I learned a way to just like talk to them and like really work out the situation.
That's awesome. So, you felt like your communication skills grew over the time spending with your family in quarantine?
Yes, they definitely did. And we kind of learned just how to be around one another and how to work out those conflicts. It definitely was a growing experience with my family, and it ended up being a really, really good time to share with them that I think actually ended up to be like very beneficial for all of our relationships.
Did you and your family do any fun activities while you guys were sheltering in place?
We all really, really like movies. So we would all go on like Rotten Tomatoes and like see which one had like the highest ratings, and we try to like rank like the best movies. And then I also went on Amazon and bought a bucket of paint. They only had like three on Amazon Prime, and I just decided to paint like three rooms in my house just for fun. And like I never have done that before. So it's kind of nice just to make it look all pretty and to spend like a couple hours each day doing that.
That's really fun. What colors did you paint your house? Like just cream or?
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of colors on Amazon, so I literally just found like the most basic gray color. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like mix it with other colors, and it ended up like really like updating the house, and it made everybody really happy that it was nice and pretty because we had like a weird, ugly dark green from the 90s on there.
That's really awesome. I'm glad you were able to do that for your house and your family, and that probably was really cool to have that project under your belt. What kind of movies did you watch with your family?
So we kind of went through a lot. We definitely spent a lot of time on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and HBO Max. So kind of like every single website you can think of or like app. But I think my favorite movie that we watched was Good Will Hunting. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's really, really good. There's actually a therapist in it, and it's Robin Williams, and he was really good. So it was good seeing that with them, and we all decided that it was like the best movie out of all of them.
Okay, that's really awesome. So when you started back classes, how did you feel starting back classes? Were you stressed out or were you excited?
I was more so excited because I did go back to Athens, and it just felt good to be around like my friends again, and I felt like my mental health really needed that to be social outside of my family again. All my classes were online, so I did have the comfort of being in the house because I am very um, like tried to be safe with COVID. And so that kind of brought the comfort of like not having to go on campus and worry about if somebody was carrying the virus.
So yeah, are all your classes asynchronous or do you have to log in during them like on Zoom during their class time?
For all of them, I have to log on to Zoom. And I kind of like that better because it kind of holds me accountable of having to log on for the time rather than just like going back and watching a video of it. I feel like it kind of motivates me to like get up in the morning and to do that and to like actually do my schoolwork. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes I have a really hard time waking up on time to get to my classes. What's your earliest Zoom that you have to go to?
I have one on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 10:20, and it has
Okay.
been good because it makes me get up. Like sometimes when I do want to like sleep in, but then I have to like get up and get ready and get a cup of coffee before I log on.
Yeah, and that's not too bad, 10:20, so that's good. I
Yeah.
have one at 8 a.m., so that's really hard to wake up sometimes. But she also gives us the opportunity, if we miss the class, we can rewatch it asynchronously. So that's been nice to have that behind me. Did you have any plans this summer that were canceled because of coronavirus?
Well, I have family in New Jersey, and we were supposed to like go up and see them, and COVID was really, really bad up there. So we ended up not being able to do that. And that was kind of a bummer because, we kind of just wanted to see them, and COVID has been scary. But that has kind of been like the only plan that we didn't really get to do. We don't really travel a lot. So we just kind of made the best out of it being at home in Cumming, Georgia.
And is that your mom's family, your dad's family that's in New Jersey?
It's my mom's family.
Okay. So,
Yes.
do you usually see them like every year?
Yeah, we usually see them sometimes in the summer and sometimes during Christmas time because they're about like 30 minutes outside of New York City. So we like to go up there during Christmas and see them, see New York City if we can, because like it's so beautiful during that time. But we're not going to do it this year now because residents from Georgia aren't allowed in the state of New York and New Jersey because of like our high rates of coronavirus.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that. That's crazy.
yeah, I know. So like we were gonna even like drive up there, but if you do go, you have to quarantine for 14 days, or like you get a really hefty fine if they catch you.
Okay. Um, so you said you came back to Athens after summer. Do you have how many, like, are you living with roommates?
Yeah, so I have 4 roommates. And it has kind of been hard because like 2 are like don't like care about COVID and like the 3 rest of us like do. So that has been hard. and they have like been like going out and not wearing masks, and we're kind of like, please put on a mask, like it's scary.
Yeah, I understand that. Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
Yes, I am going home, and then I um raised a dog for the Guide Dog Foundation, and she actually just went off to train. And so I'm actually babysitting a friend's little puppy in the Guide Dog Foundation who's like 4 months old. So I get to bring a puppy home. I'm super excited about that.
That's really fun. And is it just gonna be your like like is no so no extended family's gonna be at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's just gonna be my mom, dad, my two brothers, and I. Just because we are worried about COVID, and we have all had it and we still have the antibodies. Like we have to get checked ever so often because my mom did get really sick. So we're trying to like stay home and like try not to get sick, like try not to get like the flu or cold or anything.
Yeah, so you said your mom had COVID. So and your entire family had COVID. Can you talk more about that? Like how was it how did it feel to have COVID and how did you feel when your family had COVID? What was going on in your head?
Well, it was really hard because we were the first people in our county. We got it back in March. And my brother goes to school in Syracuse and he flew in from JFK. So it was really scary because we tried to go to the doctor and they all were like, there's no way you have it. Like, you're just like, you're a hypochondriac. So that was hard with like people not believing that we were sick.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
my mom has hypoxia. So she has low oxygen. And she went to two doctor's offices and they wouldn't test her. So she finally ended up going to the hospital and they tested her and they found out that she did have COVID and double pneumonia. So that was a scary time for us for sure.
Dang. Have you known anyone else that has been affected by COVID?
Yeah, two of my other roommates, they got it. They hung out with one friend who ended up having it. She got it from her sister and they ended up getting it and they both quarantined together for 14 days.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's anything that this whole COVID experience has taught you, or have you learned anything during this time of quarantining and just being alone, more alone by yourself? Do you feel like there's anything that you've learned?
That's such a good question. Um, I definitely think just maintaining relationships and like reaching out to people has been a big factor. And then also working on ourselves and like learning how to be alone, learning how to take care of ourselves, with entertaining ourselves, I guess. You know, just taking time out to find a hobby and just care for yourself. What do
Yeah,
you think?
I definitely agree with that. It's been different trying being alone more, but I think it's definitely been a cool experience for everyone to learn new hobbies. And I know that I have like started reading more and I've started doing more art and just doing things like that. So it's been a pretty cool period for me to just kind of explore new hobbies and new things in this time of sometimes loneliness, but it's definitely I don't know. I've definitely really enjoyed being able to do that, but it's also been weird and I've definitely grieved some of the things that I've lost because of it.
Yeah, I definitely think people have learned how to um, like grieve during this. Like even like little things, even
Yeah.
um, like going out to restaurants or not wearing or like kind of like standing next to people closer or hugging people. I think that has definitely been a big learning experience for our culture as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. How are you feeling about the future when it comes to Corona and classes and everything?
I'm nervous about it. I feel like even like if Corona like is completely gone, I'm still gonna kind of feel weird if like a straight like if I'm like in a large crowd with people or if like people aren't wearing a mask. But I'm like mainly excited to see how it influences the media, like the new movies that are gonna come out. Or I know like Grey's Anatomy is having like an entire season where like COVID is in it. So I think that's gonna be really cool.
That will be really cool to see, like how COVID affects the media. I actually recently watched a movie that just came out. I can't remember the name of it, but they had like a whole COVID um, like timeline in there, because I guess they did some filming and then like completely changed what the movie was going to be about. So that's pretty cool, and I'm sure there will be like documentaries and people things coming out. But it's been really nice to talk to you today.
Yeah, it's awesome talking to you too. Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, of course. Bye, Kelly.
Yeah.